Welcome back, folks, to another episode of the Innocent Villains podcast. It's been a little bit, we've been due for one.
Yeah, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
About every 2 weeks we've been getting on here.
Yes, we have. How are you?
Dude, good. Engaged.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on the engagement. How do you feel?
Engaged. Tied down. No. Happy, excited, and you come first, though. You come first.
Yeah, I get married on the 23rd. It's a big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
I know we said we want to talk about that one thing, but let's talk about what you want to talk about.
Cynthia Erivo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could pull her up.
So we're just going to cut to the chase. Cynthia Erivo, you may know her from Wicked.
Yeah. That shit show press run.
Yeah. And we kind of covered on the show how it was very creepy, how Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande were like kind of cuddling each other. Like
every
emotional support.
Right.
Well, now Cynthia Erivo is playing, you guessed it, Jesus Christ in the Broadway play. I think it's a Broadway play.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
And I didn't know much about this theater play. All I know it's not really looked, how should I say it, in a good light by religious Christians.
I was gonna say, like, anybody.
It's more so mocking of the faith.
It's kind of what I don't know who's putting on the play, but I'd imagine that they're not as religious as maybe they're putting off, because I don't think anybody in their right mind they would have is she gay? A gay.
She's got a wife. Yeah.
A gay black woman playing Jesus Christ. I mean, I think we're over.
She looks like a
that,
crow,
right? Dude. She's skinny. She looks like every depiction of why are
she
her
looks
and
like she
Ariana
has
Grande
AIDS.
so skinny?
She does look like she has AIDS.
She does look like she has AIDS. I'm gonna look it up and see if I can find it.
If not, I'm gonna find it. But yeah, man, it was really creepy because obviously Cynthia Erivo is a woman. She's a black woman. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But she's playing Jesus Christ and very sacrilegious. A lot of Christians were up in arms about it, and rightfully so. But we're going to pull up this video, and it's just like, if you could think of like a cheap way to mock Jesus and mock the faith in like the most hysterical, just out of this world way, you wouldn't think of this. I mean, this was really, really bad.
Dude, it was terrible. I don't know why I can't fucking send this one thing to you. Oh, there we go. I had to move it. Okay, here we go. I just sent her wearing the crown of thorns.
Oh, jeez.
She gets freaking... she gets crucified. That's cool. Haven't seen that part yet.
All right, hold on. We're going to play this for you guys.
Yeah,
and just
go ahead.
Listen to this and truly watch this here, because this is absolutely nuts. So we're going to play this for you, and hopefully we don't get copyrighted. Here we go.
No shot. Like, who in their right mind?
That's
demonic.
Call me crazy, but this does not even resemble the face of Jesus. What do you think? I mean I wasn't there. I wasn't there on that day. Maybe I'm missing something.
Listen, I wasn't there. I didn't write the book. I'm pretty sure, 90% sure.
There's a lot of people that argue about his facial features.
Agreed, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't a black lesbian.
I don't know.
Just saying.
People like to argue about what he looked like.
I agree. I just think like the whole production in and of itself, like this just screams like liberal New York.
This screams atheist Jew is what it screams.
I wasn't going there, but
you guys can look up who created the play. I guarantee that's what it is. But people are mad about this, and Adam Lambert also starred in the play.
I did see that.
So we're gonna just read a little article from Forbes, and then we'll go on. So it says right here, Cynthia Erivo and Adam Lambert's Jesus Christ Superstar needs to tour. They think it needs to tour.
Yeah, it should go to like Alabama. It should go to Texas. It should tour
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, Arkansas.
This is by David Hockman. I wonder what ethnicity he is. Anyway, in one of the most buzzed about stage shows of the year, Cynthia Erivo and Adam Lambert turned Andrew Lloyd Webber in Tim Rice's rock opera into a Hollywood Bowl revelation worthy of a wider audience. This is blasphemous, but let's continue, okay? This won't be pleasant to hear, but if you miss Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl this past weekend, you really lost out on seeing one of the more memorable stage extravaganzas that Los Angeles has witnessed in recent years. Wow. For 3 nights on a bowl set as dramatic and luminous as a tabernacle vision, what the fuck? The musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice found life in a new form that at times felt like a full-blown conversion. Come on, this has to be satire.
Forbes.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I mean, I would think they're a little bit more buttoned up than this.
No, dude. Who are you pandering to? Who's going to see this?
Like I said,
Christian is going to see this?
Atheist Jews.
I mean, that's what it's got to be.
With the mercurial, and by that I mean Freddie, Adam Lambert as Judas, and otherworldly Cynthia Erivo as Jesus. In parentheses, this is bold casting that outperformed even scriptural expectations. And a supporting cast in a supporting cast that included no less than Philippa Sue from the original Hamilton as Mary Magdalene and Josh Gad, that's the guy that plays Olaf.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Book of Mormon and Frozen as Herod, the 55-year-old Broadway classic suddenly felt as if the heavens themselves had a hand in the production.
The heavens themselves call this blasphemy.
This is crazy.
It's insane.
This is crazy.
It's insane.
Okay, so
Sergio Trulio is who produced this whole thing. So I don't think he's Jewish, but you know, the original so Jesus Christ Superstar, I guess, was like a real film.
Really?
I didn't know that. It's a real film. Yeah, but do you want to know the director's name of that? Norman Jewison. I'm not making that up.
Well, I don't know, but I can guess.
Not making that up. But I just don't... some things don't need to be Broadway plays, and I will die on that hill. Certain things do not need to be brought to Broadway. And I definitely don't think that a lesbian black woman needs to be...
She's a woman?
The last time I checked, I'm pretty sure. I don't think she needs to be a part of... I don't think she needs to be a part of this play. I don't think she needs to play Jesus Christ himself.
I remember when the casting came out and Cynthia Erivo, this lady who looks like a legit crow. Is she even a lady? I don't know. She's like 90
Those
pounds.
Those side profile pictures, dude, they're insane.
Bad.
They're insane.
But like, there was outrage, and rightfully so. But guys, we're a Christian country. If people were mad, like really that mad, then we should like get something together, because they wouldn't do this for Muhammad.
No shot. No shot. They wouldn't do this for any other, male god, in any other religion. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this whole thing is disgusting. I really don't even want to spend too much time on this.
I just can't believe that it actually happened, and like what a mockery of Christianity.
It really is. It really is. And as someone who's struggled with faith for a while, I'm still not completely there yet, but it's definitely frustrating to see that happen and that be portrayed for Christianity. And it's one of those things that you just. If you're living in New York, that's where
it's a mockery of Christianity.
And that's where I picture this from is New York and L.A. and all those really, really, I guess, democratic, inclusive places. I just don't see you swinging anybody or who is genuinely Christian. I know you keep saying atheist Jews.
I'm telling you, that's what it is.
I mean, I would like to scan the crowd. I'd like to get a consensus.
Probably all have like purple hair stuff. Because the thing is, after the election, and I'm not even saying just because of Trump, but it felt like the culture switched like that. And you'd like to think that this shit like won't be allowed. Not even won't be allowed. You should have freedom of speech. But like the public wouldn't be on board with that anymore. But New York is such a big place that I can understand where something like this would have an audience, or Hollywood in this case, LA. Right. It's such a big place. I can understand why this would have an audience.
Right. And I don't even want to make it all about sexuality, but also, Adam Lambert playing Judas, he's an openly gay man, like with bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
And Cynthia Erivo's a black
Bald
lesbian
black
bald
woman.
woman.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so weird. And it's so, I'll call it disgusting. I'll call it what it is. It's fucking disgusting.
I think it's disgusting. Definitely.
It really is. It really is. Did you see Jeffrey Epstein's an FBI?
Yeah. How
informant?
about that? What do you think about that?
I think we need.
I
to
have this right here.
I know. That's why I brought it up. I wanted to get off of Cynthia Erivo.
You were on top of her?
Not in a million fucking
You might
years.
break her. She's not a lot. She's just bones.
This is true.
But anyway, Epstein.
Yeah, Epstein's
We keep talking about Epstein.
Epstein's a fucking rat. He's an FBI informant.
I have the documents right here. It says breaking. FBI documents from 2008 confirm that Jeffrey Epstein provided information to the FBI as part of a non-prosecution agreement with the state of Florida. In return, federal charges were dropped as long as Epstein upheld the terms of his plea deal. And here are the documents that prove that. Holy shit. Does this get us any closer?
It really, I mean, it doesn't, but it just, it reiterates what I was trying to say when I continue to say, let's tear down the government. I mean, there's no reason at all that you should be having someone like Jeffrey Epstein as your informant, that you should be dropping federal charges against him.
But here's what I struggle with, though. Mm-hmm. If we're going to tear down the government, we have to replace it with something. What do we replace it with?
Well, and that's what I was telling my cousin, because here's the problem with the current structure of the government is you have your Democrats and your Republicans. So no matter what, everybody just kind of looks at it as, oh, well, it's either this person or this person.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand that because we've gone so long in a Democrat and Republican, election cycle where, if you vote green, if you vote independent, you think you're just wasting your vote. And I understand that.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a very pussy way to go about it if we're just going to sit here and say, well, here it is. Here's your Democrat and here's your Republican. Here's your Democrat who's, far left in these ideals and inclusive and wants to open the border and wants to, gender reassignment surgeries for minors and wants, trans men to play in women's sports and XYZ. I think the big picture item here is we need, and I don't want to call for a revolution, or I don't want to call
Tucker
for
Carlson certainly was.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how else we go from there unless there's some independent who can strongly sit there. That's my issue. And I've been very active on Twitter about it. And I mean, it doesn't make me a fucking Nazi. All I want is a non-lobby political candidate. I want someone who's not taking foreign money. I want someone who is going to sit there and actually put Americans first. We didn't even get to talk about it, but fucking the FEMA deal.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. That
we could talk about it now.
Yeah.
I don't think anything changed.
I mean, they walked it back, or so they said. But I mean, even to put that out there in the first place, that if you're a city or state that, disavows Israel
or protest Israel,
right, you're not going to get your money. And it's like, well, where's the freedom of speech?
That's the thing.
Where's the ability to, fight this whole
That's
fucking
not right.
thing?
If there was any other indication before, if there wasn't any other indication before that Trump was being controlled by Israel and the Israel lobby, this is it. This is like the number one thing, and I'm sorry, but if you're trying to stop anti-Semitism, you are going to make more people hate Jews, specifically by doing this.
Right, especially because you can make the case. I mean, really, it was a big eye-opener, and I guess we can go down the timeline of where I kind of stopped trusting Trump. I mean, we were obviously Trump cucks for the whole election cycle, and then he came out with Elon Musk and Vivek, all in favor of H-1B visas. And we kind of, we put a halt to it. And we're like,
back in January.
Wait a minute.
That's when we kind of stopped it.
That's not what we're talking about here. That's not really America first. That's not, creating these jobs and whatever. And then now we fast forward and you have us entering a war with Iran. And okay, so we go and bomb Iran, and you can still make the case that, yes, they chant death to America, and we've already covered all this before, but you can make the case of why maybe we entered this war. However, you're not going to change my view that Israel, who's been calling for it for 30 years, backed us into a corner and almost forced us to get involved with Iran. So now we fast forward again, and you're going to tell me that if we disavow or we protest Israel, that if there's a wildfire, if there's a hurricane, if there's whatever, that state, that city's not going to get FEMA money? That's ridiculous. That's treason. That's fucking. It's disgusting, is what it is. There's absolutely zero reason why.
Insane. It is so un-American. Not that I want to add to your
Go
rant.
ahead.
That's all I'd say. I just want to add to your rant though, like not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But it is so frustrating how you are going to live if there's a California wildfire, if you have a flood like you had with Katrina or any of the Gulf Coast states. Or just anything. Something happens. You have an earthquake, tornado.
The California wildfires.
Tornado through Oklahoma.
Right.
Like, it is just so mind-boggling and so infuriating that you're even throwing out the idea of withholding aid. Yes, FEMA doesn't get it right all the time. We talked about that when North Carolina had the floods. I understand that. I get that. But still.
But reports came out that we were giving the FEMA money to illegal immigrants.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
So that was the
I don't know
disgusting part.
I don't know who to trust.
That's the government's fault. But I mean, we can't trust the government. We saw them give FEMA money to illegal immigrants, so then Americans got shit on and got what, $250 or something.
Yes, and then Lindsey Graham came over. He's like, "This is terrible. But
This is terrible,
We need to worry about Ukraine."
Yeah, let's look at the Ukraine. We
That
really need to
fat
look at the
lesbian.
Ukraine. He's a fucking idiot.
It's just unbelievable, and it's like, when is the cuckold to Israel going to stop?
It won't. I mean,
It won't.
As long
It
as
needs to.
It will. It needs to, and that's what I was saying.
Our
though.
generation's going to stop it.
I
Us
really-
and Gen Alpha are going to stop it.
I really is that what we're calling them? Gen Alpha.
Gen
that
Alpha
what
is
they
under
are?
us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
They're even more right wing than us.
the reports are out, and Israel is never. They have an approval rating that's less than any other time.
I saw something right here. So Netanyahu is the second most disliked person in the entire world. The only public figure more disliked than Netanyahu is Elon Musk.
Seriously, not even Vladimir Putin. Dude?
Nope. Elon Musk has a negative 28 approval rating compared to
Wow.
Bibi Netanyahu at negative 23. The most popular. Hey, shout out to the Catholic Church. The most popular figure in the poll is Pope Leo,
Wow.
the Chicago-born Bishop of Rome, with a plus 46 approval rating. We're back to tradition. Back to tradition. Wow.
That's crazy.
About
That's
that.
crazy. I mean, but it's true. Israel's approval rating is in the trash. And it all started with us getting involved with Iran. I think a lot of Americans woke up to the fact that, they kind of forced us into a corner and struggled. What do you
Marco Rubio and Trump are tied at minus 16. They're the next most disliked after Netanyahu.
Trump just came out. Correct me if I'm wrong. That he said the next ticket's going to be J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio.
Yeah, can we talk about that? That is awful.
It is. And again, bringing it back to my cousin.
That
me
is
and him just
awful.
We just had a fight about it because I had tweeted at someone today talking about J.D. Vance and the shadiness of how he's brought up and how he's a Silicon Valley. Basically he was funded by a Silicon Valley tech bro. It continues to kind of stay out of things. I guess he's a very sweet talker, but he was brought up by Peter Thiel. I don't know how much everyone else knows about, his past. And yes, he had a troubled, drug addicted mother, but he was also just a press boy.
But he's fake, and that's what our boy.
Oh, we're glazing.
Our boy Nicholas J. Fuentes was talking about, man. You guys know Nick Fuentes. We're not going to relitigate everything that's been happening to him. But what he's done is exposed a couple people, but in particular J.D. Vance. And I just want to pull up because we can't explain it in depth like he did, but I just want to pull up and explain to you guys through this video, like who J.D. Vance really is. So Nick does a great job at explaining that, and we'll play that for you now. Here we go.
Are you starting to see? J.D. Vance's superpower, says David Frum, the Jewish neocon. Peter Thiel paid for it. His superpower is his biographical credibility, his book, Hillbilly Elegy, which tells the story of a white working class guy who is down on his luck, because that is the story that will curry favor and gain currency with the radical white men that are going to demand white identity politics. The young white men of this country are going to demand white identity politics. They're going to demand an anti-Israel position. They're going to demand a Christian regime. That's why they voted for Trump. That's why they voted for Trump in 24. The young white men are going to cry out for white identity politics that Tucker scorns. They're going to cry out for red pills, for truth about Israel's influence. They want America first.
I think it's just because we have the headphones on. We're going to continue here, folks.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'll edit it out.
David Frum, the neocon, said that J.D. Vance is a spokesperson for global leadership. He will convince them. He will sell them on moderate republicanism. He will lead the party away from the excesses of Trump. Oh, but that didn't work because Trump won. Well, now he'll have to get in the belly of the beast and lead it from inside with his story. He's one of us. Now, we can be America first, Vance says, but we have to be global leaders. We have to arm Israel to counter Iran so we could fight a war with China. Don't listen to Nick Fuentes. He's crazy and hateful. Listen to J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance says it's time to give Israel missiles and bomb Iran so that you can fight a war with China because he's a spokesperson for global leadership and he will convince you to stay away from that toxic Trump, Nick Fuentes stuff because of his credibility as a disaffected white guy. That's it. That's what it is.
Street
How do
cred.
we steer the population back into a new Cold War? How do we steer the population into supporting Israel in a way, in a world where they're rapidly losing credibility? Get a guy like Vance. Get a guy like Vance to imitate and echo back to you, to project back to you the grievances of the white working class while steering you into the agenda of the CIA and the DOD and Israel, which is a distinction without a difference. Do you get it now?
He loves saying that distinction
full
without a
Groyper.
difference.
I'm full Groyper, dude.
But, like, here's the thing that nobody talks about on the conservative side. Literally, I remember when JD was running for his Senate seat in Ohio, which Peter Thiel, the Silicon Valley tech billionaire, who might be the Antichrist, wants us to merge with technology, literally put chips inside of us and be transhumanism, or be transhumans in the form of transhumanism. He put $10 million into J.D. Vance's Senate campaign against Tim Ryan, former representative for Ohio. And it was like a guaranteed win. He put so much money into it. This was supposed to be like an easy Republican win, but he had to put so much money into it that he barely won.
Yeah.
And in the advertisements, before everybody saw this nationally, in 2022, we saw it in Ohio, and they were saying, J.D. Vance, just don't. And they played the video of him saying, yeah, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. I think Donald Trump is a Nazi and a fascist, blah, 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 blah. But he will say anything to appease to people to make him appear to be this American first guy.
Yeah, that was my point that I was gonna make, was the fact that there's
He's
video,
a liar.
There's video of him out there saying that, he's not a Trump guy. He'll never be a Trump guy. And now it's almost like we just put ourselves in this situation where we look at it and say, well, is he just saying whatever he needs to say to get into a position of power? Is he just saying, oh, well, maybe I am a Trump guy just to get into a position of power? I mean,
I think so.
Truth be told, and what really sucks is watching a Nick Fuentes clip while also drinking beer makes you just think, man, I suck at this, because he's just so well-spoken, dude.
No, listen.
He's so great.
We could do it.
For sure. And that's the other part of it. And I don't want to sit here and glaze Nick, but also I really do want to get his message out there. I mean, it's eye-opening for a lot of people, and to be able to, remove the censorship portion of everything and clips of him that we've posted are being able to be posted on a normie platform.
It is
the
message.
Great.
It is the message.
It really is.
Nick Fuentes, not that we talk about him every time on the show. We should just get into the Tucker beef.
Might as well.
This
what
guy,
else are we going to talk about? Fucking Burt Kreischer's intestines?
This guy, Nicholas J. Fuentes, like
this gay kid in his mother's basement in Chicago.
Guy.
Dude,
wow.
Exposed him.
Wow. I'm not going to play the
Exposed
clip
him.
again because I already did.
Yeah, no.
Wow, this guy.
Exposed him.
Probably the best political commentator of our generation.
I agree.
And our generation is still very, very young.
Well, what do we have? We have fucking him and then Dean Withers.
Harry Sisson.
And Harry Sisson. Like, who are just going to bow down to the left.
This guy is communicating not all, but most of the political opinions that I remember hearing older men in my family just rant about, like, in the garage, away from everything, saying how they feel on the inside, but they never had the political I don't even know what the word is, capital, to be able to put these ideas into the mainstream. Like, these ideas were always like, it was like a whisper campaign, okay?
Yeah.
Not even to say that they're racist or sexist or whatever, but it's just so insane that these ideas are finally getting, like, put into some sort of the mainstream, okay? Like, Nick talks about race, and he talks about IQ, he talks about religion, he talks about women, he talks about men. And it's all towards speaking to young men. And I think Jordan Peterson failed at this. I think ultimately Andrew Tate didn't necessarily fail at this, but he's not technically like strictly American.
Yeah.
But he was speaking to young men globally. But in terms of a political movement, not even a campaign, just a political movement is what you could call America First with Nick Fuentes. Like, this guy is so well-spoken, so intelligent. They try to come for him, and no matter what, he just keeps pounding away.
Right.
He's going.
Continues.
Uncancelable.
And that's the thing. Not to get into his backstory, because a lot of people who, if you're listening to this and you know who Nick is, I mean, you know the backstory, and it was simple that he was a Trump supporter, was about to work for the Daily Wire, started asking simple questions about Israel, and then was just told, no, that's anti-Semitic. And then you just kind of lean into it, and you know, it's the Streisand effect, and you continue to want to ask more questions. And then, you make it all the way to current day where he's, debanked, and he has absolutely zero... I mean, other than Rumble and X, I mean, that's really the only places he's allowed to be on.
D-Live, Cozy TV.
Well, D-Live, yeah.
Stuff that you never heard about.
Right. All those stupid channels. And then you turn around and you go, all right, well, now we're in the year 2025, and Congress just voted 422 to 6.
Insane.
In favor of funding Israel. And you go, wow, there's not another... There is not another issue that relates to Americans that we are in favor of 422 to 6. Not a single one.
No.
And then you turn around and you go, maybe there's a problem with foreign lobbies.
They are lockstep in this shit, dude.
Right. And then you just continue to go down that rabbit hole, and you go, wow, there's a lot of people in our government that have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
And dual citizenship to Israel.
Too
and
many.
You go, well, how can you have dual citizenship to Israel and be America first? If you have dual loyalty to another state,
right?
Why can you sit here and say, no, this is in the best interest for Americans, when at heart, we don't know whether you are America first or Israel first.
And the problem, too, to even piggyback off that, do you remember there was a congressman who wore his IDF uniform that he served in? He wore his freaking IDF uniform that he served in on the floor of Congress for God knows what. And I try and have these conversations. I try and red pill family members or people that I know that are a little bit older, and they're retards, and they can't understand. And I say to them, if this was China, if this was Russia, if this was any other foreign country that had people that were dual citizens to these countries, and they served in our elected representatives, right? If they served in our Congress, you would have a problem with
100%.
that. You would say Chinese spy, Russian spy. They care about those countries more than they care about us. But because these dumb evangelicals, they feel the need to say, Israel now is the same Israel as it was in the Bible, which it's not real. This is a secular nation. This is a nation where it's a rule, it's a law to spit on Christians. They literally killed 3 Catholics in a Catholic church in Gaza, not just Palestinians that live there. Also, they view everybody else that's not Jewish as subhuman. You can look it up in the Talmud. I did. It is so insane to just contextualize the ways that people will wrap their minds around this topic and say, oh no, this is fine. You should be able to be a dual citizen of Israel and the United States and still be able to serve in our Congress, still be able to take AIPAC money, which is another thing. We don't have to relitigate that. We talk about it almost every time.
Every time.
Are you pulling up Randy Fine?
No, it's just something that came up. It's a Photoshop picture.
That is Randy Fine.
It is Randy Fine, but it's a Photoshop picture of Randy Fine. Go on my Twitter.
Okay.
I reposted a video of a preacher talking about this, and I want to play that because it's perfect when you just brought up the fact that they want to say that Israel.
So many of them do,
Bible
bro.
Israel, that one.
I've seen this. Okay, yeah. We'll play this.
That they say Bible Israel is the same as the current day Israel. Mind you, I would like to say that if you were to wear your IDF uniform right now, currently, with the famine and the slaughter of children going on in Gaza right now, the story, and I don't want to talk about Tucker Carlson because I've lost faith in him, but he did have someone on who talked about this child who came to get food and then was running away, and IDF soldiers were shooting at him, and he didn't make it home.
It's tragic.
Yeah, it is.
Let's play that. We're going to play that clip real quick from the pastor that you brought up.
Yeah.
The Bible does not say anywhere in the Bible to bless Israel, yet especially the modern day nation of Israel. We had some visitors just last week that were down here for vacation, and that was one of their concerns, that the church that they're in is teaching political Zionism, and they're telling Christians that we have to support war in Iran, and they're teaching hatred as a commandment of man. Jesus said, blessed be the peacemakers. God is not a racist, and God doesn't approve of racism. This is so important, and many Christians have bought into this, and they want to hate every Arab or Palestinian because they believe they're going to be blessed being Israel's buddy, and any enemy of Israel must be my enemy. Folks, this is not in the Word of God, and frankly, it's shameful. Jesus said, blessed be the... Bible does not say any...
It's true, man.
It's very true.
Very true.
I just wanted him to make the point because, it's a great point.
It is a great point.
And Bible Israel is not the same as current day Israel.
More Christians should know, and not just evangelicals too. I picked on them, but like Catholics too. I hear this from Catholics as well. I don't think it's fair that we can just have people blindly in our government and our American citizens because we're simply told that Israel is our greatest ally, yet what do they do for us?
Agreed.
We keep asking this.
We fund
Gen
our
Z,
military.
Gen Z and millennials, bro, we are lockstep in this shit.
And that's what I guess my other question is why do we fund their entire military, yet they fund our entire government? You know? Like, isn't that insane?
Well, they don't... Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, they don't fund our government, but they give
they
all of our
contribute to political
campaigns.
campaigns.
Yeah, they give all of our politicians money, is what I'm trying
It's
to say.
infuriating. I don't know. I don't know where it started. I know when it started. It was like in the 60s. It was around the 60s when this started to happen, when JFK went to investigate the nuclear program that they had, and they lied about it. They actually hid the real nuclear program behind another wall, and stuff like that. But it is so crazy. It is so crazy to see all of this happening and to just...
Howard Stern just got canceled.
What?
Howard Stern.
Why?
His show just got canceled on
What?
SiriusXM.
When? How long ago?
13 minutes ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Howard Stern?
R.I.P. I mean, he's not dead, but his show is... Well, it all started when he became a real big Democrat. But it all started when he stopped letting girls squirt on camera or whatever the fuck he used to do, dude. I mean, isn't that insane? Real time,
Yes, it is.
guys. Real time. Howard Stern's canceled by SiriusXM.
What do you think about this?
I don't know who listens to Howard Stern anymore. I think he was the big shock and awe factor back, in our parents' age.
He was a
and whatnot.
trailblazer.
He really
trailblazer
was.
for freedom of speech.
He really was. I mean, he was saying the wildest shit, having on the wildest guests, and then all of a sudden just made a turn. That hair, dude. Let's talk about Howard Stern's hair. Like, that's just...
We'll put it on the screen.
Absolutely. Put it
How
on the
old
screen.
is he? Do you know how old he is?
I could find out for you in a second.
This might not be his real hair. This could be his real hair, but look at
No,
this guy.
it's definitely a wig.
This is a great head of hair. This is a great head of hair. This doesn't look like the hair...
71.
71. This does not look like the hair of a 71-year-old, though I don't know.
Well, he's had that hair for how many decades now?
That's true.
So there's
Long
that.
time.
But yeah, he is 71 years old. That black lady that he does the show with is 72.
Really? She didn't look it.
No, she doesn't. Well, black people age like fine wine when they take care of themselves. Sorry, that might have sounded a little racist, but it is true.
Did you know he was making $100 or $100 million per year on Sirius XM?
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
Dude, but I guarantee you his numbers are down. Number one, nobody listens to SiriusXM.
I mean, they
anymore.
were only listening to Sirius XM because of him.
Right. I mean, well, I'll take that back because my mother still has a SiriusXM subscription.
This is him trying to cover up for Biden's dementia.
Go ahead.
You want me to play this?
Yeah.
Not only were you a star football player, but you were a lifeguard. I mean, you really... And
Do you remember this interview? I remember this interview when it was so obvious that Biden was being like, this was a cover-up. Remember when we didn't have a president? Yes, we're not really big fans of Trump right now, what he's doing and stuff like that, but at least he's coherent for now.
Right.
This was like the biggest, most obvious cover-up. And like you could tell that Biden was just,
Right.
shit in the bed, misspeaking and everything like that, and Howard Stern is just trying to cover up for this guy who's obviously not there, doesn't have his faculties.
Not a single faculty. Not a single one.
the only white guy who was lifeguarding in this black community, right? I mean, you were the one guy.
It was.
Your family is pretty, again, this goes to my point about, the president is the father of our country. That's something we all say.
I guess my dad was dead then.
Insert the video of him being very racist in Congress when he's talking about black people.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Time out. But yeah, I mean, if Biden was, if he was the father of our country, then I guess our dad was all dead. All of our dads were dead.
Right.
That's crazy. Hold on. We're going to pull that up too.
That'd be a great insert right about there.
This one.
More nigger big shots.
Whoa!
Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots. Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
We might have to edit that one out.
I don't think I will. I want people to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, continuing on this Howard Stern interview.
I submit for your approval that when you have a loving family like that, you got a lot to give because you get so much from them.
We just played him saying the N-word on the air. We literally just played Joe Biden saying the N-word, the hard R, not like a Nick Fuentes A, the hard R. And yet Howard Stern's like, oh yeah, you know.
The father of our country.
Yeah, you were the only white lifeguard in a black community. Like, wow.
How many people did you let drown?
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't
The
it?
kind of leader I love because we're lucky to have you in the Oval Office and
We're lucky to have you in the Oval
So
Office.
lucky
I
to
just
have
played
you.
him saying the hard R 3 times.
We're so
serving
lucky.
as the father of the country. Because if you're a good father to your family, which you are,
He's not.
Not
He
even a little
wasn't. He refused to acknowledge his 7th granddaughter for a multitude of years because the 7th granddaughter was Hunter Biden's daughter, had him with a prostitute. So let's not even do that. I'm getting a little bit passionate here. Sorry.
ahead, go off on
Howard
Joe
Stern,
Biden.
just look at this. Howard Stern shilling, completely covering up, just sucking the meat of a man who can't get hard anyway
Absolutely
at 80
shilling.
years old. Could not get hard. And this, I think, was during the re-election campaign before he just shit his pants during the debate. But Howard Stern, man, $100 million per year.
Down the drain. I mean, he'll be fine.
Holy shit.
He's going to continue to be fine. Also, Howard Stern, Jewish.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, this is a broader thing, too. Again, so it's just breaking SiriusXM to cancel the Howard Stern show after 20 years on the radio. SiriusXM no longer wants to pay his $100 million per year salary is no longer worth the investment. We've heard that with Colbert. We've heard that with potentially The View. They said they're taking extended break. We've heard that with things like
It's not coming back.
NPR, PBS, stuff like that. Do you think, interestingly enough, do you think that the defunding of all of these public broadcasting systems has to do with that?
I think for some of them, I think
it's
the
all been
ones-
happening coincidentally.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I would like to say yes, but also I think it just coincidentally goes with, oh, we're defunding these people. Who still listens to these people? Who listens to NPR? Who listens to Howard Stern?
I've never listened to NPR one time in my life. If I see
Exactly.
Howard Stern, it's on YouTube clips.
Exactly. Like, there's not a single person that's tuning in and going, oh, hang on a minute, NPR, PBS, or is it? Yeah, PBS.
Yeah, I think PBS.
Yeah, PBS. Oh, Howard Stern's on. I got to make sure I get there be there for the 4:00 show. Like, nobody's really saying that. I think this new generation, and maybe I'm just stuck generationally in what
In our shit.
what our generation's doing. But I mean, even mainstream media is going down the toilet. I don't even know how MSNBC still is on the air. I don't know how CNN's on the air. But even then, I mean, now I've gone so far right that I'm like, I can't even listen to a Fox News broadcast. I mean, I have it on, but like, I'm very critical of everything that Fox News is saying.
This is a clip of Harvey Weinstein and Howard Stern having a conversation, and Howard not exactly condemning Harvey Weinstein.
Where's Candace
interestingly.
Owens?
We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, this is just audio, but we're going to play it for you. Here we go.
Why not stay single? I got to figure every starlet in Hollywood wanted to at least blow you. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever get to experience the, I'm going to say the mogul aspect? I mean, do a little coke, hang out with, I don't know, Julia Roberts, give you a hand job, something. You never got any of that?
Howard, as you know only too well, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't really?
No,
It
I'll
Doesn't
tell you
work
who
that
it
way. I
worked.
got to force myself onto these women.
Well, we found out that it did work that way. Here's the thing about Howard Stern. Bro, when he would have these women on, these female celebrities on, it would just be very weird. Like, he would make them, I believe there was like some vibrator or some dildo or something like that.
yeah.
And he would make them sit on it. And it looks so uncomfortable.
It really doesn't. I think he peaked in a moment of free speech where, you know, things were still censored. And then Howard Stern comes on the scene, and he's doing these outlandish things, and he's making girls sit on vibrators, and he's asking these uncomfortable questions. And it's questions that, you know, like you had said earlier, you know, maybe someone would be having these conversations in their garage away from, you know, whatever. But I think it's in the creepy mindset, especially when you listen to the way that Howard Stern asks these questions.
He was in his 50s at this point in time.
Yeah, he was a very creepy individual, in my opinion. I really do think he's...
oh, shit.
What is that? Tits?
Nothing. Bad.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to have to stop now. Okay.
Jesus Christ,
Alrighty.
Luke. Good
Whoopsie. But yeah, I was just trying to find like audio or something like that of him. But anyway, it's very creepy. The shit that he was doing, man. Very creepy. I just cannot say anything else about it. Like, I remember this one clip where he had this female celebrity on. I think it was Jennifer Aniston. And he was just talking to her in, like, a sexual way, making her feel uncomfortable, visibly uncomfortable, you could tell. And it's like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It just never, I never got it. I understand he was a trailblazer for free speech and stuff. And it's whatever to see him not do it anymore. Although it's not like, he was the Joe Rogan of, like, the early 2000s.
But not even. I mean,
no,
like,
he was.
I mean...
He was
as popular as he was.
Popularity,
I'll give you
yes,
that.
and he had the mic. He had it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I do want to send you this because I want to go back because truthfully, I keep racking my brain for things to talk about, and quite frankly, there's really nothing going on politically. I mean, there is, but we kind of covered the FEMA thing. I just sent it to you. PBD was talking about the. Well, I guess PBD's panel was talking about the Tucker Carlson and.
I did see this. Do you want to play it?
Yeah, that's why I sent it to you.
Give the audience a brief summary before you do.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, the panel on PBD's podcast, which includes Adam Solsnick and I can't remember Vinny's last name.
The Angry Patriot.
Yeah, he's the Angry Patriot, but I can't remember his last Vincent something. But they were discussing the Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. It wasn't a debate. It was the smear campaign between Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, and then Nick Fuentes' rebuttal, which I think no matter whether you're in mainstream media, I mean, a lot of people probably didn't see it, but if you're on X, you definitely saw the rebuttal and you saw the burial of Tucker Carlson, and we have more to look forward to that on this Friday that I can't wait for.
Yeah, he's going to do this complete expose about Tucker Carlson and his background. It'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
He said it might get him killed. But anyway, back to this. So Adam actually had Nick on his... It's like a show. It's not even a podcast. It was like more so a show with a live audience. But Nick went on there in 2022, and he was smeared by a lot of the people that were on there. But let's play this. It's 2.5 minutes. We might get to all of it, but this is interesting.
And I don't agree with a lot of what Adam says.
Neither do I.
But here I do.
He's one of the chosen people. Anyway, so we'll let's play the video.
Also, let's stay there for a second. Is his father part of the CIA, and did he know it or not, and when did he know it?
Pause right there, because I haven't been able to say this on air.
Dude, go ahead. Go off.
But there's not a goddamn way on this planet that you have a father that you do not know is a part of the CIA. There's no way that you go to Nicaragua and you're just...
Where did you say?
Nicaragua? Sorry,
okay.
I've been drinking. But there's no way that you apply for the CIA and you don't know at all that your father's running the CIA, that you're a fucking political analyst and you don't know that your father's running the CIA. I mean, you can't tell me. And then we saw it in real time on the Sean Ryan show in 2024. He says he knew that his father was in the CIA. Then in 2025, he says, "Oh, I didn't know until March of 2025 when my father died that he was a part of the CIA."
Yep.
So how deep does it go? But then you can go even further. I mean, I really haven't talked about it, so I'll just continue to blow up. You really haven't talked about it because there's videos of him in 99 and in 01 and all these years past, 2 decades ago, that he's doing the same smear campaign on Pat Buchanan and, basically doing the exact same thing that he's doing to Nick Fuentes now, where he's just kind of degrading him and saying, well, you could talk about it, but you can't make these points about it. And then he goes on to call him the gay little boy, the little gay kid in his parents' basement in Chicago. And to Nick's point,
what the fuck's wrong with being gay?
Listen, Nick might have hung out with a cat fucking tranny guy. I understand that. But you can't sit here and tell me that you're part of the Republican side that's okay with gay marriage, that has gay producers, and that sits across from, or has he interviewed Peter Thiel? That you sit across from Peter Thiel and you respect these higher up gay people, and then you just accidentally throw out a little slur there and call him a gay kid in his parents' basement.
He used it as a pejorative.
He really did. So at the end of the day, you just cannot tell me that he did not know that his father was in the CIA. And hats off to Nick Fuentes for absolutely burying Tucker Carlson. He was in my liked list of Spotify playlists or podcasts because I did enjoy a couple of the people that he had on. But quite frankly, I can't take him seriously. I can't take his laugh anymore. I mean, really, I don't want to go full Groiper, but I do, because at the same time, I can't stand Tucker Carlson anymore. I can't stand Candace Owens. I can't stand all these mainstream people that are having Nick on just to bury him and not hear him out. And then you have the Nelk boys who are interviewing Bibi Netanyahu, and then they go back to Nick Fuentes for an actual advice.
And Hassan, too.
Right. Like, you're talking to these people that are, canceled or not exactly well-liked because of their criticism of Israel.
But very well-versed politically.
It goes very deep, but it just doesn't make sense to me why, they bring it up this way. Whether or not Nick knew it was behind a paywall or whatever he said to Candace, when they sat down for that interview, it was really a grilling session. There was absolutely 0 point to grill Nick about his past or about what he does or who he's married to. Obviously, he's not. He's a cradle Catholic. But at the end of the day, like, you have to look at this objectively and say, well, Candace, you left the Daily Wire because of your criticism of Israel, and then you have this mainstream person on who's very critical of Israel, and you just try to slam him. Why would you not talk about the fact that we just went to war with Iran on behalf of Israel?
They were supposed to talk about that, and they were supposed to talk about Trump, and
none of that got brought up.
No, it was a slander campaign. She shouldn't. Candace Owens, that's another thing, and we're 3 minutes into this clip. I'm sorry we haven't played the clip yet. But Candace Owens should not be allowed to talk about politics. She, at this point, is a gossip influencer. She's talking about Blake Lively. She's talking about Justin Baldoni. She's talking about Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron now not only being a man, but being his father.
Yeah. And now
she said that space was fake and gay.
Right.
Nobody should listen to her.
Right.
Candace, if you're seeing this, shut the fuck up.
Agreed.
Be a mom. You just gave birth to your 4th kid. Go be a mom. Tucker Carlson has her on his podcast saying, your 4-year-old, your newborn, your 4th child is right over there. Go be a mom.
Exactly.
Don't be crazy.
100%.
She crazy bitch.
100%. I mean, I just don't understand. I just don't understand why you're going to tell me that, or not tell me, but slander Nick Fuentes on both of your shows, a place that he's not even at. You're going to continue to slander him and say, well, I don't know how this gay little kid in his parents' basement in Chicago knew that my father was in the CIA. Maybe Tucker.
Tucker's cooked.
Maybe Tucker, there's not a physical fucking way that a kid from Chicago in his parents' basement figured out that your father was in the CIA before you. There is no way in hell. No way in hell. And you can't convince me otherwise. Anyways, PBD podcast.
So we got to go through this real quick. This is Adam Sosnick and Vinny from the PBD podcast, and they're actually defending Nick Fuentes in his feud with Tucker Carlson, so we'll play that clip for you now. What did you think about this clip before we play it?
I thought it was interesting. I mean, I like you said, Adam's one of the chosen ones, but I agree with him here. And same with Vinny. Vinny's kind of always right. I mean, Vinny's very based. He continues to, I guess, say... He continues
says what's on his mind.
He gives Nick Fuentes his points, but on a mainstream platform.
Yeah.
And I agree with their side of things, where you have a foreigner in PBD, looking at someone like Nick Fuentes, who's openly saying the N-word and making jokes and whatnot. Quite frankly, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, because that's the wrong word to use, but it's a disappointment that, there's so many clips of Nick, saying those things, and we live in a generation now that those things will get you canceled.
It's coming back.
And so, but those things will get you canceled, and that's the sad part of, I think he he makes so many great points and could be on so many mainstream platforms.
I mean, he is, though.
Expressing those points.
He's getting there.
Though.
He's getting there.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed that it's taken this far.
But anyway, they're defending him, which is crazy. So we'll play the clip for you now.
So Tucker Carlson, let's stay there for a second. Is his father part of the CIA, and did he know it or not, and when did he know it? Based on this, it looks like he's lying to Candace Owens' face. Yes or no?
I think so.
Okay.
From what we just saw, from what
Right.
from like, how about this? Not like he worked for them or around
Dick
them.
Carlson, really? You tell me this guy wasn't CIA? He just looks like one. Number two, I could show you tapes, so many of them. Candace Owens praising Israel, praising what Bibi Netanyahu has done, praising the Jewish people, saying that we have to stop this Muslim aggression. Not 20 years ago, not 10 years ago. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago,
So what
8
happened?
years ago.
What do you think happened?
Something happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
If you had
but
to
if I could
guess.
roll the tape.
Yeah.
So you know why I respect Nick Fuentes? Yeah. I don't see one video of him praising Israel, the Jews. Everything's not liking him and hating him. Stick to your position. Why is Candace Owens flipped so dramatically? By the way, same thing with Tucker. Why is he flipped so? What has happened?
Well, you heard
What's
well,
happened?
But here's my question to you: what do you honestly think it is? What do you think? Because Candace is smart as hell. Tucker, these people are smart as hell.
I don't know if she's smart as hell. Continue.
What happened?
If I could give you a quick, if I can give you a quick summary, and I'll be super quick.
Yeah.
Tucker is the biggest faker out there because he's the elitist masquerading as a populist. Don't believe me? Roll the tape with what Nick Fuentes says. He says he's this elitist who's basically all like about hunting and whiskey. Dude, you're the only person.
That was a Nick Fuentes point right there,
He
dude.
literally just made it for him. That's crazy.
He's listening to the street. That's exactly what he says. And I mean, it's true. You're pandering to this audience. You used to be Bowtie Boy, and now you're, I just like to fly fish. I like sin.
He's a populist now.
Right, 100%. Continue.
That's had their own show on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. Stop pretending you're not establishment. You've helped build the establishment, Tucker Carlson. Candace. I don't know what happened with Candace. She worked for Prager University, and she worked for Charlie Kirk with Turning Point, and all of a sudden she's the biggest anti-Israel person out there. I don't know what happened. If I would speculate, it's probably something to do with her husband, who's Catholic, and there's a form of Catholicism that absolutely hates Israel and the Jews. Don't believe me? Ask her husband, I think his name is George.
Yeah.
His father, their relationship right there. Nick Fuentes, as disgusting as some of his takes are,
I'm Catholic.
I don't know how disgusting some of his takes are.
I don't think so either.
he's being real. And some people appreciate being real over being fake like Tucker.
But to Candace's point, do you not think maybe with Candace, besides that's your take about the father and the brother?
That's not my take.
No, with George.
Look at the guy's tweets.
No, I'm saying with George.
I'm not bringing opinions here. I'm bringing receipts.
Well, what I'm saying is,
So I have a question for you, Luke Papala.
Go ahead. Is it rhetorical or is it real?
It's a real question. Do you think that Candace Owens started critiquing Israel because of her Catholic husband, or do you think she saw the tide turning and thought,
the second one, I
maybe
think,
this is time
she's
to
a
start
grifter.
questioning?
I think she's a grifter.
Right.
I think the whole conversion to Catholicism, because she did convert, I think that's a grift, unfortunately. I feel like there's a lot of people, whether it's on X or whether it's on YouTube, that are converting to Catholicism. And I feel like it's a grift. It's sad. It's true. I mean, I want more people to be welcomed into the faith and more people to convert, more young people our age to come to church. I've been Catholic my whole life. But unfortunately, I do see it as a grift. It's kind of like she's throwing it in your face.
Right.
And I don't watch a lot of Candace Owens anymore or listen to a lot. But it almost feels like she's doing it as like a way of showing off.
For sure.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I think it's just, rolling with the tide. I think it took, I'm surprised and disappointed in myself that it took this long to kind of realize the grifting that is at least Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
And to see how you had a show on CNN and MSNBC and then Fox News. And you were kind of just given that role at Fox News,
Yeah.
You were given the primetime slot at Fox News for why?
Well, he had to work at it. I will say that. It was Bill O'Reilly for a long time.
Right.
And Tucker was on Fox and Friends. Remember that?
Correct. But also, that's almost the same thing as Pete Hegseth becoming the Secretary of Defense.
Right.
You know,
I get that.
It's the confusing nod of, oh, you go on Fox and Friends and now you have the primetime slot at Fox News. And I think for a long time, Tucker was a very well-spoken, educated guy when it came to, certain political beliefs. And he's always been this. You can critique Israel, but don't go that far.
Yeah.
Like Nick said, you can take one red pill, but don't take the whole bottle. Don't take the whole bottle. And it's like, well, maybe let's go down the rabbit hole of the whole bottle. Let's figure out why our entertainment industry is all full of Jewish people. Let's find out why all our politicians and half of the members in Congress or wherever all have a dual citizenship for Israel.
Why is Kash Patel's girlfriend Israeli?
Exactly.
Is she a member of the IDF?
Why is she a Mossad agent that's fucking the FBI director? Yeah. And is that an attempt for them to cover up the Epstein
Of course
file?
she said no, she's not.
That's exactly what a Mossad agent would say.
Exactly.
I love tweeting that, dude. I love tweeting that.
Yes.
That's I'm not a Mossad agent.
You've been active on
dude, I've
Twitter.
been fired up. Follow me at what's my handle?
It's
Shide?
just the underscore Shide. Crazy. He doesn't even know his
dude, I don't.
His handle.
I'm just that popular, dude.
That is,
I got more followers than I am following people. Let's go.
You got more. Your ratio is good. I will say that.
It is a good ratio. I've been ratioing a lot of people as well, and I've been trying to drop red pills, man. I mean, and that's the problem, is I continue to tweet about Israel, and I know it's very, it might be over the top. I might be going at Israel too much. However, why, there's not ties to any other country. There's not ties to anywhere else. There's not foreign lobby money in excess than Israel. I mean, there's not, there's no other issues going through Congress getting voted 422-6. There's no, why are there so many ties?
I don't know.
Why is the relationship that tight? Why do these questions need to be posed? Well, maybe because the Mossad and the CIA work together. Maybe Jeffrey Epstein really wasn't an FBI informative. Maybe he was, CIA and Mossad, or maybe he became CIA and Mossad. I think Epstein would be a perfect. You ruined my rant, but just put it up there so they know what I'm laughing at.
So, I was scrolling through. I was scrolling through my feed trying to find one more topic, and we happened to come to the Fresh and Fit podcast with Nick Fuentes, and this right here was the thumbnail. And it says, I think you're confusing Nick not leering at women when in their presence, with Nick having no confidence in front of women. I'm pretty sure that guy who got a bunch of non-white women to start liking Hitler and joking about the Holocaust within a few hours, it's not strapped for confidence.
He's based, dude. He's based.
Oh my gosh.
What is he doing?
And I guess that's the problem. That's the problem, is there's really only one person for white Catholics or Christians who's really going at it this hard. I mean, there's more, but I look at, someone, I don't know how I'm trying to say this. You look at someone like Myron Gaines, who's also attacking Israel, but he's also a foreigner.
In a different way.
Right, in a different way. And I just feel like Nick is so well-spoken and able to just attack and bring up points that you go, maybe he's onto something, because he brings up a lot of great points. And then, you just... It's the red pill, man. I mean, you can't take just one. You have to take the whole bottle. You have to fall down the rabbit hole, and you have to realize that there's a lot more connections there to just make it a rabbit hole.
Contrary to what Douglas Murray says, yeah, you do have to take the whole red pill.
100%. Well, I mean, even Tucker Carlson, I mean, he just wants you to take one red pill. He wants you to believe that there's something going on behind the scenes, but don't go, so full-blown anti-Semitic. And I think that I'm not there yet. I'm not at American Jews are these evil people. Some are. Don't get me wrong. Some are. But I think Israel, as a foreign country, lobbying for our politicians, makes it very hard to say that we are America first. I mean, there's no other country, that we're enemies with or at wits with China, Russia, North Korea. They don't have to worry about it.
Iran.
They don't have to worry about any of these things. They don't have to worry about their politicians, what they're doing behind the scenes. Maybe we just go to a fascist country.
Oh,
maybe we just become fascists.
Oh,
I just lost my job.
Like the guy on Jubilee.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, but it
boy.
makes you think that way, dude.
You've been saying quite frankly a lot.
No, I haven't. But it makes you think, man. It really does. I mean, you look at these powerhouse countries and they don't have the freedoms that we do. And I feel like there's got to be a way to be America and have these freedoms and have this beautiful country with the same infrastructure as a China or like we brought up. Iran looks beautiful in their main country. I mean, there's got to be a way to be America, a strong America without a homeless epidemic and without people needing to live off of government assistance and all these other things. There's got to be a way that we do that with also outbending the need of Israel.
I think I could tell you. I think it has to be majority white.
You didn't lean far enough from the mic. They know. But it might be true. I mean, I think that's where you become, and that's my problem. And
when you import the third world, you're going to get the third world in your country. When you import people from India, you're gonna get people that shit into their hand and eat it. I saw a video, and I'm gonna try and look this up, where there was an Indian barber in India, and to get the customer to trust him, he cut the guy's hair and he freaking ate it. He ate the freaking hair.
What?
And these are the people that we are importing into our country through the H-1B visa program, for an example. Okay, here's the video. Apologies if you're disgusted. YouTube, please don't take me down. Here's the video.
দেখো ভাই আমি কিন্তু ঘুগনি শুধু ঘুগনি খেতে পারি না দেখো তার জন্য দেখো এই দেখো এই দেখো এই দেখো হ্যাঁ ঘুগনিটা দেখো একটু এই দেখো ঘুগনিটা দেখো ভাই এই দেখো এই যে আমি বেশ ভালোই খেতে পারি এই দেখো এই যে মুখটা দিয়ে মুখটা দিকে দেখো এই দেখো এইটা দিয়ে এই দেখো
We're letting them in our country. We're letting them in our country. Hey, man, what the fuck?
To earn their trust.
What the fuck?
Luke,
we're letting that in our country.
I've sent you to my barber, dude, and not once has he even toyed around with the idea of needing to earn your trust. Hey, what trust do you need to earn for your barber that requires you to eat their hair, dude? Give me a fresh lineup. Don't eat my fucking hair. That's disgusting.
This is why people are saying the country's fucking full. The country is full.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The country's full. Yes.
This is what happens in India. This is why we can't let these people in our fucking country. We have standards. The West has standards. The West has rules. The West expects you to act like a human.
And here's what
civilized.
And here's what we'll end with, Luke, because I want to get into this topic as well. You just talked about the country is full.
It's full.
Joe Biden let in how many illegal immigrants?
10 to 20 million, they say.
The big beautiful bill passed when?
A couple weeks ago.
Last month.
Okay, a couple weeks ago.
And what numbers are down?
Deportation numbers.
The classic make more money, do less work.
Yes, it is.
Isn't that fucking hysterical, dude?
Listen, the border's been
Isn't
shut
that
down.
hysterical?
We got to give him credit. Trump shut the border down.
Oh,
but still,
congratulations.
the deportations have to go up.
Dude, they haven't done anything. We've let 10 to 20 million in. And what's Trump? Google it right now in real time. I'll do it. What's Trump's deportation numbers for 2025?
2025, I think he's like at 500. He's not even that. He's probably around 300,000 to 500,000, I would say. 300 on the low, 500,000 on the high.
140,000 people have been 140.
What?
Am I reading that right?
What?
140,000 people have been deported as of April 2025.
Hey, bro,
and the numbers are down in July.
Bro, we got Indian people eating everybody's hair. What the fuck, man?
Dude.
What the fuck? Listen, hey. to
Hey,
the leftists, the feminists, even all the people on the left, really, guys, to the American left. The boomers are going to be dead in like 10 to 20 years.
R.I.P. my parents.
They're boomers? No, they're Gen X.
No, they're Gen X. Sorry.
But okay,
sorry.
so what happens is that this country is going to be more of this, what I just showed you. Yeah. You don't want to live in this. These people can't drive. These people can't do anything. I will say it again. The person that installed the Wi-Fi here, God bless him, he was Hispanic. He could not speak fucking English. It was 2- and 3-word phrases. My fiance goes down to Florida for a weekend trip with her friend, okay? And guess what? The driver doesn't speak English. She can't tell him where the fuck to go. He's got to hold a phone translator up to his face. This is not America. This is not good. We should have people that assimilate. Eating the clients, a barber, an Indian barber, eating their client's hair to gain their trust is not fucking assimilation. Deport them now. The country's full.
I agree. I can't even fucking stress that enough, dude. That video was disgusting and it appalled me.
That's going to be our country in 20 years. I hope you're ready.
Dude, that's my problem with this immigration policy and with the left. I mean, I don't understand where they... And that's what's broken in this two-party system, is we've now realized that the right is very corrupt. The left is very corrupt.
Yeah, we know that.
Now, what they feed us as just, regular citizens, and what I've come to understand is it's very baseline. What was the argument from the right to the left? What was every hype video about Charlie Kirk that you saw? These weird furries that were probably less than 1% of the population that agreed with, this gender reassignment surgery, or siding with the LGBTQ and everything else. I mean, the left is just outrageous. But then you look at the right and you go,
bunch of pussies.
We got to deal with foreign lobbies, and we got to deal with these ideas of, it's really a cakewalk. You deal with 95% of the population who probably agrees with, we need a closed border. And yeah, I really don't agree with gender reassignment surgeries for minors, and I really don't agree with males competing in women's sports, and that's all baseline stuff. But when you look at the behind the scenes of both parties, we haven't had a real president since JFK.
Mm-hmm.
And I will die on that hill. Die on that hill. We have not had an American first president since JFK, and you can't tell me that Israel didn't kill JFK. You can't tell me. And you can cancel me, you can call me an anti-Semite, you can call me a Nazi, but at the end of the day, JFK was the last president trying to sanction Israel, trying to get them to report on their nuclear program, trying to, limit their lobbies, all these things, and then bam, he dies.
Even Nixon, when Nixon goes to investigate the JFK murder, all of a sudden, this Watergate stuff starts to happen.
He turns. So I really do think that the CIA, the FBI, the Mossad, they're all corrupt. They're all going after, us Americans. They're probably poisoning the food.
There's no other reason why they wouldn't release all the Epstein shit.
Correct.
I don't think there's a list, but you should at least provide us with all the information.
Correct.
And we're not getting it.
What's the FBI operation?
Operation Mockingbird, I think you're talking about?
Yes. So that was my last rant that I wanted to end the show on. When it comes to the government, when it comes to the CIA, when it comes to the Mossad, that we know the Mossad and the CIA work hand in hand. When it comes to the FBI, you can't tell me that they're not poisoning the food, they're not poisoning the water, they're not making us all retarded, they are not colluding to cover up this disgusting pedophile ring. They are continuously controlling what we see in the media. They're trying to make us dumber. And I've experienced it firsthand, where I feel like my attention span can only really absorb these 30-second clips on a Twitter, on a TikTok, on an Instagram. I fell victim to it.
It's the female attention span, definitely.
It really is.
Holy shit, they're
It really
dumb.
is. It's the lack of an interior monologue.
Love my future wife, but holy shit.
Mine too.
I told my mom that she shouldn't vote this morning. She wasn't happy.
That's probably a tough one to call. But at the same time, I red-pilled my mother. In the
first, Lord.
Not that far.
Holy shit.
No, sorry. I should rephrase that. It wasn't really a red pill. It was to vote for Trump. It wasn't this far red-pilled. But, it was red-pilled at the time, in November. I don't know, dude. The government's corrupt. We're all fucked. And we'll probably all need chips and, be eating hair in the next 20 years.
What a great way to end the episode. Well, folks, if you're Indian, we hope you like it, you subscribe, and you give a nice comment for the show.
Probably won't go over well with the Indian crowd this episode, or the Jewish crowd. Or,
No, we love the Jews.
And if you're Cynthia Erivo,
Lord have
go
mercy.
fuck yourself.
If you're Cynthia Erivo, then gain a couple LBs, because holy shit.
Yeah.
There's something wrong
she can
there.
have some off of me.
Oh, Lord, we'll see ya.